Good morning. So our first discussion is all about arrest, search, and seizure operation. So that is chapter 1. So we have arrest. When we say arrest, arrest should be made only on the basis of a valid warrant of arrest. It is issued by a competent authority. When we say competent authority, ibig sabihin, we have judge. Siya po ang nag-i-issue ng tinatawag po nating warrant of arrest. Also, sabi dito, except in cases specified under the doctrine of citizens arrest, that is Section 5, Rule 113 on criminal procedure. Also, arrest is the actual restraint of the person to be arrested. When we say actual restraint, okay, yan po yung paghuli sa ating suspect. Okay, or by his submission to the custody of the person making the arrest. Dapat po, when you are going to arrest a person or a suspect, kailangan no violence or unnecessary force. Okay, wag mo siyang sasaktan. No need na saktan. Hindi pwedeng saktan. Shall be used in making an arrest, and the person to be arrested shall not be subjected to any greater restraint than is necessary for his detention. So, once po na naging police officer po kayo, when you are going to arrest a suspect, okay, wag po or iwasan po nating saktan sila. Okay, kasi no need naman yung tinatawag nating unnecessary force. Then, we have the so-called time of arrest. So when we say time of arrest, we have the general rule. Sabi dito, when you are going to arrest a person, okay, kailangan or pwede po ang arrest is gawin or may be made on any day at any time, okay, of the day and night. Yan po ang sinasabi or yan po yung time of arrest natin. Okay, pwede mo siyang gawin kahit anong oras sa umaga or kahit anong oras sa gabi. Bago tayo pumunta sa second slide, okay, nasabi ko dito or na-discuss ko dito na we have the so-called citizens arrest. Okay? Or yung tinatawag nating warrantless arrest. When we say warrantless arrest, or ma'am, paano po ba ginagamit yung tinatawag nating citizens or warrantless arrest? Okay? Tsaka mo lang po siya pwedeng gamitin when the person to be arrested has committed. Okay? Nakita mo na ginagawa niya. Okay? Has committed, is actually committing, or is attempting to commit an offense in the presence of an officer or a private person. Doon po nangyayari yung tinatawag nating warrantless arrest or citizen's arrest. Okay? Kapag nakapag-commit siya ng krimen, nakita mo, okay? Actually committing a crime, nakita mo habang ginagawa niya yung krimen, or attempting. When we say attempting, gagawin pa lang po niya yung crime. Ma'am, sino po ang pwedeng manghuli? Officer or a private person? Remember, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito is warrantless arrest or citizen's arrest. When we say citizen, yung mga tao po sa community. Yan po yung tinatawag nating warrantless arrest or citizen's arrest. Next, we have the validity. When we say validity, okay, a warrant of arrest has no expiry date. Yes, ang warrant of arrest wala po yung expiration. Okay? It remains valid until arrest is affected or the warrant is lifted. Hanggat hindi po sinasabi ng Korte Suprema or sinasabi ni Judge na expired na yan or hanggat hindi yan nililift ni Judge, wala pong expiration ang warrant of arrest. However, 'di ba? Sabi natin in every law, okay, there is an exemption. However, in Section 4 of Rule 113 requires the head of the office who applied for warrant to execute the same within 10 days from the receipt. Ibig sabihin, kapag si officer nakuha ang warrant of arrest, okay, kailangan po niya yang i-execute agad-agad. Bakit? Okay? Because the arresting officer assigned to execute the same, okay, to submit within 10 days from the expiration of the first 10-day period, a report to judge who issued the warrant. Kasi po, kailangan pong mag-report, okay, ni arresting officer kay judge kung ano po ang nangyari, okay, doon sa binigay ni judge na warrant of arrest. That's why kailangan po, once na binigay ang warrant of arrest, kailangan po agad ni arresting officer na execute yan kasi bibigyan lang po siya ulit ng 10 araw, okay, para po mag-submit, okay, ng report kay judge. Nakuha po ba natin? For example, ma'am, paano kapag hindi nagawa ni arresting officer, hindi po siya nakapag-submit ng report kay judge? Bibigyan po ulit siya ng 30 days para po makapag-report po siya kay judge. So, warrant of arrest, okay, no expiration, okay, no expiry date. Nakuha po ba natin? So, next na po tayo. Next, we have the modes of arrest. An arrest may be made by virtue of warrant of arrest or without warrant. Okay, pwede po yan kung ano po ang pwede. Okay, pwedeng magbigay ka ng warrant or pwedeng without warrant. Ang tawag sa without warrant is warrantless arrest or citizen's arrest. Okay? Execution of warrant. Paano nga ba ine-execute ang warrant? Kagaya ng sabi ko kanina, the head of the office to which the warrant of arrest has been delivered for execution shall cause the warrant to be executed within 10 days from the receipt. Okay, so kapag nagawa ni judge ang warrant of arrest na bigay niya kay arresting officer that day, okay, tumatakbo na po yung 10 araw na yon. Within 10 days after the expiration of such period, okay, when we say expiration of such period, yung 10 araw, okay, the officer to whom it has assigned for execution shall make a report to the judge who issued the warrant. And in case of his failure to execute the same, okay, kailangan po niyang i-state, okay, kung ano yung reason kung bakit siya nag-fail na makapag-report kay judge. So, ganyan po ang execution. Execution po ang pinag-uusapan natin, hindi po validity. When we say validity, there is no expiration. Okay, wala pong expiration ang warrantless arrest. When we say execution, okay, meron po yan. Binibigyan lang siya ng 10 days. Okay, magkaiba ang validity sa execution. Nakuha po natin, ganun po yun. Baka po kasi mamaya, ma'am, sabi mo, 10 days lang. Okay, no, hindi po. That is the execution. When we say validity, walang expiration po yun. Okay, ganun po yun. Next, arrest by virtue of warrant of arrest. Okay, it shall be duty of the officer executing the warrant to arrest the accused. Yes, si arresting officer po ang may trabaho nun without unnecessary to delay and deliver him to the nearest police station or jail. Okay? Ganyan po kapag warrant of arrest, may hawak-hawak kang warrant of arrest, syempre, okay, yung duty, yan po yung duty ng arresting officer. Okay? Na ibigay doon sa accused yung warrant of arrest para po mahuli po yung suspect or yung accused. Also, when making an arrest by virtue of warrant, the officer shall inform the person to be arrested of the accused of or of the cause of the arrest. Syempre, 'di ba? Kapag po mang-aaresto ang isang arresting officer, kailangan po niyang sabihin doon sa accused kung bakit niya ito hinuhuli. Except when he flees or forcibly resists before the officer has the opportunity to inform him or when the giving of such information will imperil the arrest. Okay? Pwede pong hindi masabi ni arresting officer yung cause kung bakit siya huhulihin kapag nanlaban, tumakbo yung accused. So, syempre, kapag tumakbo, nanlaban yung accused, alangan naman po nasasabihin pa ni arresting officer habang hinahabol niya yung accused, di ba? No need. Okay? That is the exemption. No need na sabihin ang cause of the arrest kapag ganun po ang ginawa ng accused. Also, the officer not have the warrant in his possession at the time of the arrest, but if the person arrested so requires the warrant, he or she must shown to him as soon as practicable. For example, wala po kay arresting officer yung warrant. Okay? Ma'am, pwede pa rin po bang arestuhin? Yes, pwede pa rin po. Pero, once po na nasa presinto na sila, napunta na po doon sa presinto, agad-agad, as soon as possible, kailangan po niyang maipakita yung warrant of arrest. Dahil kung hindi maipakita, kailangan po nilang pakawalan yung tao. As soon as possible po, as soon as practicable, kailangan po ni arresting officer na maipakita po yung warrant of arrest. Ganun po yun. Next, arrest without warrant or yung tinatawag po nating citizen's arrest. A peace officer without warrant of arrest, a person under any of the following circumstances. Una, ano po ba daw yung procedure kapag wala ka pong warrant of arrest or ang gagawin mo is citizen's arrest? So, we have 3. Una, when in his presence, when we say his presence, when in the presence of the arresting officer, the person to be arrested has committed. When we say has committed, nagawa na yung krimen. Is actually committing. When we say is actually committing, ginagawa yung krimen. Or attempting to commit an offense. When we say attempting, gagawin. Nag-a-attempt pa lang po niyang gawin yung offense. Yan po yung una. Para po pumasok sa tinatawag po nating citizen's arrest or arrest without warrant. Tinatawag din po yung in flagrante delicto. Alam kong alam nyo na to kasi napag-aralan nyo po yan sa non-institutional correction at the same time your CDI 1, Fundamentals of Investigation. Number 2, when an offense has in fact just been committed and he has personal knowledge of the facts indicating that the person to be arrested has committed it. Kapag yung tao na yon may personal knowledge, may kaalaman, or may nalalaman, doon sa krimen na nangyari, pwede po yang arestuhin. Tinatawag naman po yang hot pursuit. And lastly, when the person to be arrested is a prisoner who has escaped from a penal establishment or place where he is serving his or her final judgment. Pwede mo rin po yang gamitin yung tinatawag nating citizen's arrest kapag alam mong prisoner siya at tumakas po siya doon sa kulungan. tinatawag naman po yang escape prisoner. Okay? Yan po yung mga yon. Yan po yung tatlong rule or procedure when it comes to arrest without warrant and citizen's arrest. Yan po yun. Yan po yung tatlo. So, next tayo. Next, right of officer to break into building or enclosure. So, yes, the officer have a right to break into a building or enclosure kapag an officer, in order to make an arrest either by virtue of a warrant or without a warrant as provided in section 5, may break into any building or enclosure where the person to be arrested is or is reasonably believed to be if he is refused admittance thereto after announcing his authority and purpose. For example po, okay, si police officer, nasabi na niya doon sa accused kung bakit siya nandoon or bakit siya aarestuhin. At kapag si accused, okay, refuse, okay, na hindi siya yung gumawa ng krimen and also hindi niya binubuksan yung pinto, pwede po, okay, nasirain ni arresting officer yung pinto para lang po makapasok at the same time mahuli niya yung accused. Remember, an arresting officer has the right to break into building or enclosure. Yan po yun. Next, right to break out from building or enclosure. Ano naman po yung right to break out? For example, nakapasok si arresting officer sa loob ng bahay. Okay? Pero, okay, para po mapakawalan niya yung sarili niya papunta sa labas or para po makalabas siya, pwede po niyang sirain yung bintana, pwede po niyang sirain yung pinto para po makalabas siya. Okay, pwede po yun. Whenever an officer has entered the building or enclosure in accordance with the preceding section, he may break out therefrom when necessary to liberate himself. Pwede po yun. For example, nakapasok siya, nagkaroon ng shooting or nagkaroon ng sunog, okay? Pwede po niyang sirain yung bintana para lang po makalabas siya. Para po ma-liberate po niya yung sarili po niya. So, pwede po siyang mag-break into building at mag-break out from the building as long as meron po siyang kailangang hulihin. Ma'am, paano po kapag wala po siyang kailangang huliin? So, hindi po yun pwede. Okay, wala po yun sa batas. Magkakaroon po siya ng trespass to dwelling. Kasi nga officer, hindi po siya pangkaraniwang tao. Kapag pangkaraniwang tao, that is trespassing. When we say trespass to dwelling, officer po yan. Okay? Authority po yan. Tapos nag-break po siya, pumasok po siya sa private property, that is trespass to dwelling. When we say enter ka lang, okay, doon sa isang private property, pero you are not an arresting officer or you are not into an authority, ang tawag po doon trespassing. Okay, citizen ka lang. Okay, trespassing po ang tawag doon. Next, we have the duties of arresting officer in case of arrest without warrant. So, ito naman po, meron naman po tayong mga duties ng arresting officer, lalo na po kapag without warrant. The arresting officer shall inform the subject or suspect, okay, in the dialect or language known to him. So, for example, yung subject or suspect kat Ilocano, kailangan pong sabihin ni arresting officer in Ilocano para po magkaintindihan sila. Or kapag yung suspect or subject is Tagalog or English, kailangan po ganun din po yung language na gagamitin ni arresting officer. Okay? Ma'am, ano po ba yung sasabihin ni arresting officer? Ano po ba yung i-inform niya doon sa subject or suspect. Kailangan pong i-inform ni arresting officer yung tinatawag nating Miranda rights ng isang tao. Okay? The right to remain silent, the right to have a counsel of his own choice. Okay? Yun po yun, yung tinatawag po nating Miranda rights. Yan po yung kailangang i-inform ni arresting officer kay subject or suspect. Yan po yung una. Pangalawa, the arrested person shall be delivered to the proper authorities without unnecessary delay and within the time prescribed in Article 125 of the Revised Penal Code. So once po na nahuli yung suspect or subject, kailangan po agad-agad, okay, mapunta po yan sa presinto nang walang delay. Okay po? Ano po ba yung prescribed time? Kailangan po, for example, kapag malayo, you have 12, 18, and 36 hours. Okay? Na dapat nandoon na po sa presinto yung subject or suspect. Yan po yung prescribed time. 12, 18, and 36 hours. Okay? Yan po yung nasa Article 125 of the Revised Penal Code. Then, if the person arrested without warrant, okay, waive his right to remain silent, okay, under the provision of Article 125 of the Revised Penal Code and oath to give a statement and present evidence of his defense, the arresting officer shall ensure that the waiver made by the person arrested shall be in writing and in the presence of his counsel choice. Okay? Kapag po si suspect or subject, when it comes to interview, i-interviewin na siya, tatanungin na siya, hindi po siya sumasagot. Okay? Sabi niya, I have the right to remain silent. Okay? Kapag yun ang sinabi ni suspect or ni subject, kailangan po ni arresting officer. The arresting officer shall ensure, okay? Kailangan niyang siguraduhin na meron pong waiver. Okay? Kailangan niyang papirmahan ng waiver si subject or suspect. Okay, dapat po yun in writing or in the presence of his counsel. Okay, yung piniling counsel ni subject or ni suspect. So, kailangan po yun. Kapag sinabi ni suspect or ni subject na, I have the right to remain silent, kailangan agad-agad may waiver po yan. Kailangan agad-agad finifill upan po yan ni subject or suspect. Pero with the presence of the counsel of his choice or her choice. Okay, yan po yung tatlo na procedure when it comes to arrest without warrant. Yun po yun. Next, syempre, kapag naaresto si subject or suspect, magkakaroon po tayo ng tinatawag po nating physical examination or arrested person or suspect. Immediately after the arrest of a person arrested by the court or suspect under investigation, he should be subjected to a physical examination by a medical legal officer or in the absence of such medical legal officer by any government physician in the area. Prior to his release or any change of custody, the suspect shall also be physically examined. So, kapag po naaresto, okay, agad-agad si suspect or si subject, kailangan po niyang mag-undergo ng tinatawag po nating physical examination para po makita kung meron po siyang sakit, kung okay po yung katawan niya physically. Pero kapag wala po si medical legal officer, pwede po yung government physician in that area. Sa area lang po na yon. Okay, for example, ipupunta siya sa ibang kulungan, kailangan po niya ulit magkaroon ng physical examination. Or i-exam na naman po siya physically. Prohibition. When we say prohibition, pinagbabawal. Prohibit. Okay? The prohibition is no torture, force, violence, threat, intimidation, or any violence which violates the free will shall be used against a suspect. Secret detention places, solitary confinement, or incommunicado or other similar forms of detention shall be prohibited. So, bawal po yun. Nagamitan mo ng force si suspect, okay? I-torture mo siya, i-threat mo siya, i-intimidate mo siya, or okay, ikulong mo siya sa isang secret detention, bawal po yun. Ipinagbabawal. Pinoprohibit po yan. Prohibition po ang tawag doon. So next, we have the so-called, okay, the right of authority or relative to visit the person arrested. So, yes, okay, pwede po yan. Any member of the Philippine Bar shall, at the request of the person arrested or another acting in his behalf, have the right to visit and confer privately with such person in the jail or any other place of custody at any hour of the day or night, subject to reasonable regulation. A relative of the arrested can also exercise the same. Ayan po yung sinasabi po nila noon na nangyari kay Rodrigo Duterte. 'Di ba? Nung inaresto po siya, hindi na po siya pinalabas or inilagay na po siya agad doon sa saan po ba yun na kampo ng mga Navy po ata yon. Okay? Meron po siyang karapatan dapat. Okay? He has the right to request kung sino po yung tao na gusto niyang papasukin. Lalong-lalo na po kapag relative po yung gusto niya. Which is, yes, on the part of the President Rodrigo Duterte, gusto po niya that time na puntahan siya ni Sara Duterte. Pero, hindi po siya pinayagan nung Chief of Police or any other authority in that confinement kung saan po siya nilagay. Okay? Pero sa batas, ang sabi, pwede po siyang bisitahin ng kahit na sino. Okay? Pwede po siyang mag-request ng kahit na sino, lalong-lalo na po kapag relative niya. Pwede po yun. Pwede po silang papasukin kung nasaan siya nakulong. Okay? Right po yan ng tinatawag po nating arrested person. Ulitin ko. Okay? He or she have the right to visit and confer privately. Okay? Kung sino man po ang gusto niya, pwede po yun. So, ma'am, on the part po ba ni President Rodrigo Duterte o ni Tatay Digong, nagkaroon po ba ng paglabag sa batas? Yes, nagkaroon po. Kasi hindi po sinunod ng mga authority na nandoon yung tinatawag po nilang right of an attorney or yung right ni arrested person. Kahit sino pong tawagin niya, attorney niya, counsel niya, pare, or kung ano pa man yan, pwede po yun. Okay? Tandaan po ninyo yan. Then, we have search and seizure. Sa search and seizure na tayo, natapos na tayo sa arrest. Okay? When we say arrest, yan po yung pagdukot, paghuli. Okay? Sa suspect or subject. Ngayon, we have the so we called search and seizure. When we say search, it is an examination of a man's house, building, or other premises. Kapag sinabi po nating search, okay, yan po yung paghanap, pag-examine ng isang bahay, building, or any property with a view of some evidence of guilt to be used in the prosecution of a criminal action for some offense with which he is charged, okay, ordinarily implies a request by an officer of the law. So kapag sinabi po nating search, yan po yung examination, paghahanap sa bahay, okay, ng isang tao. Okay? Yan po yung tinatawag nating search. When we say seizure, yan naman po yung physical taking of a thing into custody. Yan naman po yung pagkuha. Okay? Ma'am, sa search ba, hindi ba kasali doon yung pagkuha? Magkaiba po yun. Ang search, naghahanap ka pa lang, plain view, nakikita mo lang, pero wala pa yung pagkuha. Kapag meron na po yung pagkuha ng evidence, tinatawag na po yung seizure. It is the physical taking of a thing into custody. Kasi ilalagay mo na siya sa custody mo. Kaya tinatawag po siyang seizure. Okay? Contemplates a forcible disposition of the owner. Kapag po nagkaroon kayo ng seizure, kinuha nyo, pero inagaw, okay, ng owner, hindi po yun pwede. Kailangan nyo pa rin po siyang kunin. Search warrant defined. Sabi dito, ang search warrant daw, it is an order in writing issued in the name of the people of the Philippines, signed by a judge and directed to a peace officer or commanding him to search for any property described therein and bring it before the court. Kapag search warrant po, order in writing yan. Nakapapel po yan, parang warrant of arrest. Pero, naka-specify po doon yung mga property, okay, na kailangan mo pong kunin. Ganon po yun. Next, we have the validity of search warrant. When we say validity of search warrant, a search warrant shall be valid for 10 days from its date. For example, ano po ba ngayon? 23. So, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2. So, sa September 2, mag-i-expired or mavo-void yung search warrant. Okay, bibigyan lang po kayo ng 10 araw para magamit yung search warrant na yon. Okay, from its date. Kung ano yung nilagay na date, doon po papatak agad-agad yung bilang. Kapag 23, ang expiration yon or para ma-void yon is sa September 2. Okay, so tandaan po natin, 10 araw lang po ang validity ng tinatawag po nating search warrant. Next, napag-usapan po natin kanina yung prohibition, di ba? When we say prohibition, pinagbabawal po. Then, we have the requisites for issuance of search warrant. Okay? Paano ba ini-issue? Okay? Or sino ba ang nag-i-issue ng tinatawag po nating search warrant? A search warrant shall be issued only upon probable cause in connection with one specific offense to be determined personally by the judge after the examination under oath or affirmation of the complainant and the witnesses he may produce, and particularly describing the place to be researched and things to be seized. Paano ba ang issuance ng search warrant? Sabi kanina, upon probable cause. When we say upon probable cause, ma'am, ano po ba ang probable cause? Probable cause when there is a reasonable basis for believing that a crime may have been committed. Tsaka lang po mag-i-issue si judge ng search warrant kapag meron po siyang nakikitang probable cause. Okay? Or reason, basis, at naniniwala siyang yung tao na yun ang gumawa ng krimen. Okay? Kapag yun po nagkaroon ng ganon, naniwala siya, nagkaroon siya ng reasonable basis or probable cause, that's the time na mag-i-issue po siya ng search warrant. Okay? Ganon po ang pag-issue ng search warrant. So, these are the following, or these are the things to be seized. Una, properties which are subject of the offense, or properties which are the subject of the offense. Pangalawa, stolen, embezzled proceeds or fruits of the offense. When we say fruits of the offense, yan po yung mga ginamit na bagay sa paggawa ng krimen. Okay? Next, objects including weapons, equipment, and other items used to intend to be used as the means of committing an offense. So yung mga weapons, equipments, or any items na ginamit din po sa paggawa ng krimen, kailangan po yang kunin. And lastly, objects that are illegal per se plain view. When we say per se plain view, kung alam mo naman na illegal yung mga weapon na yon, pwede mo po yung kunin into your custody. Kaya nga siya tinawag na per se plain view. As long as illegal, okay? Legal or illegal na alam mo, pwede mo po siyang kunin into your custody. Okay? Ganon po yun. Next, application given to officers in the conduct of search. All applicants for the search warrant shall approve by the duty designated officer. The application shall be recorded in the logbook. The application shall indicate the following data. So, ito po yung mga kailangan. Okay? Una, officer applying for the search warrant, name of the officer or applicant, name of the subject if known, address or place to be searched, specific statement of things, article to be seized, and sketch of the place to search. Okay? Ito naman po, para po mabigyan kayo ng tinatawag nilang search warrant or seizure, okay, kailangan po ito po yung mga naka-state po doon. Itong anim na to. Okay? Yung pangalan ng officer, yung pangalan ng subject, if kilala, yung address, syempre, remember, hindi po ito warrant of arrest. Search warrant po ito. And, syempre, yung mga specific things na kailangan po nating, or kailangan po nilang kunin. And, the sketch of the place to be searched. Yan po yun. Next, authority given to officers in the conduct of search. Under Section 7 and 13, Rule of the 2000 Rules to Procedures and amended. Sabi po dito, in the conduct of search, if after giving notice of this purpose and authority, the officer is refused admittance to the place of search, he may break open any outer and inner door or window or any part of the house or anything therein to execute the warrant to liberate himself or any person lawfully aiding him when unlawfully detained therein. For example, kagaya po ito ng arrest warrant. For example, I am the arresting officer. Okay, nagpunta ako sa bahay ninyo kasi nga kailangan naming i-search yung bahay ninyo. Pero ayaw nyo kaming pagbuksan. Okay, we have the right to break in and break out. Kasama po yung mga kasama ko. Okay? As long as nasabi po namin yung purpose po namin kung bakit po kami nandun. Siyempre, kapag pupunta kami doon, kailangan po muna namin sabihin yung purpose. Kapag nasabi namin yung purpose namin kung bakit kami nandoon at ayaw nyo po kaming papasukin, we have the right to break in and break out into your house or building or premises. Ganun po yun. Ganun po ang pag-conduct sa isang search. Prohibited acts in the conduct of search. Ano ba yung mga pinagbabawal when it comes po sa search? Houses, rooms, or other premises shall not be searched except in the presence of unlawful occupant thereof or any member of his family, or in the absence of the latter. Kailangan po meron pong dalawang witnesses of sufficient age and discretion residing in that same locality. Kailangan po kapag po magsa-search kayo or isa-search nyo po yung house, rooms, or other premises, kailangan po nandoon po yung unlawful occupant. Kapag wala naman po yung unlawful occupant, dapat po member ng kanyang pamilya. Or kapag wala si unlawful occupant, at the same time wala yung isang member or any member of his or her family, kailangan pong magtawag kayo ng dalawang witness na merong sufficient age and discretion. Okay? Na nakareside doon sa locality na yon. Okay, ganun po yun. Kasi pinagbabawal po kapag pupunta kayo doon, magse-search kayo pero wala po yung occupant or any member of his family. Okay, bawal po yun. Ipinagbabawal po yun. Then, we have lawful personal properties, papers, and other variables. Okay? Not specifically indicated or particularly described in the search warrant shall not be taken. Kapag naman po hindi naman po na-indicate doon sa search warrant, hindi po siya kailangang kunin or hindi po siya pwedeng kunin. Ma'am, pasasabi mo kanina, illegally per se in view. Kung hindi naman po siya illegal, wag pong kunin. Kahit po nakikita mo siya in plain view, pero hindi naman po siya illegal, wag pong kukunin. Kasi nga po, hindi po yan naka-specify sa search warrant. Pero kung alam mo namang illegal, for example, nakita mo yung baril doon, pwede mo pong kunin yun. Okay, bakit siya may baril doon? Ma'am, personal na gun. Pwede mo pa rin kunin, pwede mo yung ipa-check kung nakarehistro. Okay? Pero, kung alam mo namang nakarehistro o nakarehistro, kailangan mong isaoli po yun. Okay, ganun po yun. As long as hindi naka-indicate sa search warrant, wag pong kukunin. As long as hindi po siya illegal, wag pong kukunin. Next. Right to break door or window to effect search. The officer, if refused admittance to the place or directed search after giving notice of his purpose and authority, may break open any outer or inner door or window or a house or any part of the house or anything therein to execute the warrant to liberate himself or any person lawfully aiding him when unlawfully detained therein. So, kagaya po yan nung sinabi ko, the officer have the right to break in or break out para po ma-liberate niya yung self niya. At syempre, when we say aiding him, yung tumutulong po sa kanya. Okay? Then we have the so-called violation of domicile. When we say violation of domicile, occurs when a public officer or employee enters a dwelling against the will of the owner or searches papers or effect without consent or refuses to leave after surreptitiously entering and being asked to leave, all without authorization from a juridical order or judicial order. Ang ibig pong sabihin ng violation of domicile, kapag ang isang public officer or employee is pumasok sa bahay, when we say dwelling, bahay, building, okay, against the will of the owner, okay, tapos ang ginawa ng public officer or employee, nag-search, okay, without the consent of the owner, tapos ang sinabi ng owner, kailangan niya nang umalis at hindi po sila umalis, lalong-lalo na wala po silang authorization ng judicial officer or wala po silang judicial order o yung tinatawag nilang search warrant, kay violation of domicile po yun. Ma'am, ulit, hindi ko naintindihan. Ang violation of domicile, kapag wala ka pong authorization na galing kay judge or wala kang search warrant na galing kay judge at nagpunta ka doon sa dwelling, when we say dwelling, house, building, nung sinasabing bahay, and then against doon sa will ng owner, at the same time sinabihan na kayo ng owner na wag po kayong papasok or umalis na po kayo pero hindi mo ginawa, ang tawag po doon violation of domicile. Okay? Yun po yung tawag doon. Next, receipt for the property seized. The officer seizing property by virtue of the warrant shall give a detailed receipt for the same to the unlawful occupant, shall, in the presence of at least 2 witnesses of sufficient age and discretion residing in the same locality, leave a receipt or receipt in the place. For example, nagpunta kayo doon, pero wala yung may-ari or yung occupant. Okay? Kailangan nyo pong magtawag ng 2 witness. Okay? Na nakatira on the same locality with legal age. At the same time, kapag nakuha nyo na yung mga kailangang kunin, kailangan nyo pong mag-iwan ng detailed receipt ng mga kinuha ninyo, but in the presence of the 2 witnesses with a legal age, at the same time naka-reside po sila sa same locality nung tao or bahay na pinuntahan po ninyo. Ganun po yun when it comes to seizure. Then we have the receipt for the property seized. Let's talk about this one. Okay? We have the so we called valid warrantless searches and seizure. The officer seizing the property under the warrant must give a detailed receipt. Yan po yung sinabi ko. For the same to the lawful occupant of the premises in whose presence the search and seizure were made, or in the absence of such occupant, must, in the presence of at least 2 witnesses of sufficient age and discretion residing in the same locality, leave a receipt in the place in which he found the seized property. So, kagaya na sabi ko, kailangan nyo pong mag-iwan ng detailed receipt. Okay? And also, we have different searches. Okay? Una, search made incidental to a valid arrest. Like Moreno versus Ago, Chi. An officer making lawful arrest by virtue of a warrant or under the doctrine of warrantless arrest may take from the person. Diba? Sabi natin, when we say warrantless arrest, yan po yung tatlong, we have, or meron po tayong tatlong procedure: in flagrante delicto, hot pursuit, or escape prisoner. Okay? Search made incidental to a valid arrest. Okay? Or arrested any money or property found upon his possession which was used in the commission of the crime or was the fruit of the crime. Pwede mo siyang hulihin kapag alam mo, for example, na yung pera or property na ginagamit is, okay, pinanggawahan ng krimen or bunga po siya nung krimen. Fruit of the crime, ginamit doon sa paggawa ng krimen. Okay, ganun po yun. Then, we have search of moving vehicle, di ba? Meron din po yan, like Carroll versus United States. The grantee of freedom from unreasonable searches and seizure in construed as recognizing a necessary difference between a search of the dwelling of house or other structure in respect of which a search warrant may readily obtain, and a search of ship, motorboat, wagon, or automobile for contraband goods, where it is not practicable to secure a warrant because the vehicle can be quickly moved out of the locality or jurisdiction in which the warrant be sought. Yes, search of moving vehicle. Hindi ka po pwedeng kumuha ng search warrant kapag ang isa-search mo is a moving Okay, gumagalaw like motorboat, ship, wagon, or automobile. Why? Kasi nga po, pwede po nilang i-move out yan ng mabilisan. For example, alam mong yung sasakyan na yun nasa Ordaneta, kukuha ka pa ng search warrant sa Ordaneta. Remember, per locality po yan. Nakakuha ka nga ng search warrant sa Ordaneta, pero lumipat naman po siya ng Binolanan. Kukuha ka na naman ng search warrant. Hindi mo na po na-search yung sasakyan or ship or motorboat na yan. Natanggal na ikat to amin nun. Okay, natanggal na lahat ng evidences. Hindi mo pa rin siya nasa-search. Okay? So, pwede po yan, search of moving vehicle, okay lang po na wala po yung search warrant. Kasi nga po, nag-move out po sila. Okay? Madali po nilang i-move out. Kasi kailangan po, when it comes to search warrant, kailangan may jurisdiction. Okay? Then, search of goods concealed to avoid duties. Meron din po yan. Marami po tayong mga cases regarding dyan. Seizure of evidence in plain view. Ayan. When we say plain view, yung nakikita mo. Nakikita mo siya pero illegal or illegally pwede mo po siyang kunin. Then, when there is a waiver of the right of there is consented search. Ayan din po. Consented search. Meron din po tayong mga cases. Yan. And we have the so we called telephone bugging or wiretapping as a telecommunication crime. Methods of wiretapping, meron po tayong 4. Hard wiretapping, soft wiretapping, record wiretapping, and transmit wiretap. When we say hard wiretapping, commonly used by law enforcers. It involves the physical access to the telephone line to the operations target and installs a second set of wires that connect the target telephone and the spy's listening post. This method is relatively easy to detect because of the actual wire connected leading to the listening post. Ang pwede pong gawan niyan, hard wiretapping, is doon po sa mga telepono. Okay, telephone, landline. Kasi nga, kailangan po nilang mag-install ulit ng second set of wires. At kagaya ng sabi dito, it is easy to detect. Okay? Kapag soft wiretapping naman, involves a modification of the software used to run the telephone company or at the switchboard of the target corporation, hotels and condominiums, among others. While this type of eavesdropping is almost impossible to detect, it may require the direct participation of the personnel from telephone industry. So when we say soft wiretapping, kailangan na po yan ng software. Okay? Okay, application. Pero ang gagawa ng application or ang mag-download ng application is the telephone company. Okay? Or kapag yung telepono na yun nasa hotel or condominium sila po. Okay, soft wiretapping naman yan. Record wiretap simply calls for installing a voice-activated tape recorder into the telephone line. Maglalagay ka lang doon sa likod. Okay, bubuksan mo yung likod ng phone, lalagay mo yung recorder doon, at kapag sinagot niya, automatic nagre-record na po yun. That is record wiretap. Transmit wiretap requires the use of RF transmitter bugging machine. When we say RF, ang ibig sabihin po niyan, radio frequency transmitter. Okay? Kapag sinabi nating radio frequency, okay, or radio frequency transmitter which is delivered to transmitting coil. This creates a signal which is used to excite protons in the imaging field. Radio frequency coils can be both transmitters and receivers. Ibig sabihin po niyan, satellite na lang po ang nagpapagana dyan. Okay? It is impossible to trace the person who installed it. Okay? Pero kahit na satellite ang nagpapagana dyan, kailangan pa rin pong i-install doon sa cellphone niyan. Nung gusto mong taong na pakinggan kung ano man po yung mga pag-uusapan nila. Okay, ganun po yun. Ganun po yan. So, yan po yung mga methods of wiretapping. Hard, soft, record wiretap, and transmit. Transmit, ibig sabihin, pwede po siyang maging transmitter at the same time, pwede siyang maging receiver. Okay, transmit. Okay? Satellite na lang po ang nagpapaganad po diyan.